I've been making this. What are you on about, you mate? Welcome back to the YouTube. So I was making this slide in Rome. I was walking around that beautiful city, and I was like, "What could I do to bring as much value to all of my audience on YouTube?" And I thought, "Do you know what it is? I'm going to make this slide in Rome, and I'm going to pour my heart and soul into it and give as much value to you guys as possible." So this video is about self-image and finding your true authentic self. I want to teach you guys how you can tap into this mind of yours, how powerful it is, and actually connect with who you truly are. And there's some certain steps that you can do to get to that truth of, the raw authenticity of being able to operate on a higher level of consciousness. And that's what I'm trying to bring with you. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Carl Mangan, and I help guys get into the best shape of life, hold people to a high standard of level of accountability, and also align the habits and just be absolutely obsessed with personal growth. That's what this channel is all about, is personal growth. And that's what I love to do, is help guys online achieve phenomenal results. So, boom. Next one. This is a statement I was thinking about when I was in Rome, right? It's like I'm watching the masses. I'm like, most people blindly follow others in life, right? Scared to be themselves, trying to fit in, trying to fit into society's norms and be accepted by others. Scared to stand out from the crowd, not actually speak with a voice or use any fire in the soul. And I'm here to tell you, like, you don't have to fall into that line of fitting into society's norms. You might have got taught that in school, where you got to wear a uniform and sit down and shut up and abide by the laws of society's norms. But I'm here to tell you that being your true authentic self is completely fine to stand out and be who you are as a human, as a man. All right. So we often face pressures to fit into society's expectations, but how often do we stop to discover our true authentic self? So once you actually step out from the matrix and you think, oh my God, like, these people are following around like blind sheep. Like, when do you actually stop and think to yourself, right, who am I? Why am I here? What is my purpose? And what do I want to do with myself while I have this precious time on planet Earth? Like, what is the impact that I want to make? And I want to get you very, very clear to, connect with yourself so you can then have a massive impact on your audience and your world and your friends and family. Yeah. So relentless is a name, mate. Relentlessly showing up for yourself, your friends, and your family to be a fucking better man. That's what this is about, yeah? So lesson one is understanding your core values. Like, what is it that, if someone give you all the money in the world, they couldn't strip away from you? What truly matters most to you in your heart, right? So your core values are the principles that guide your life, whether you are conscious of them or not. We often get caught up in external influences from the outside world, society, family, and friends telling us what to prioritize. Understanding your core values will give you a compass, your North Star, right, to make authentic decisions to you, right? So once you understand your core values, your life will actually change forever. I feel weird, like something is off when I'm not aligned with my values. So when I was in Manchester, I got invited to go to a show, a gig, all right, where a famous rapper. And what had happened was, I was a bit apprehensive because I had a lot of stuff on, but I said yes, I was going to go. And I realised when I got there, like, everyone was drinking, people were smoking vapes. And I just thought, like, when I got in there, yeah, the music was good, but everyone was dancing around and going crazy. And I'm like, I want to get locked in on my life right now. I want to focus on this. And people are worshipping this guy who's on stage, and they're going crazy. And I don't know, something didn't seem right. And I got home at about 2 o'clock that night, and I'm like, that time could have been used better for my own core value, my own true self. And what the whole point of this lesson is, like, once you start to find your true values, it gets very, very hard, and it feels off when you stray away from them values. So what we're going to talk about is the action steps for you, right? So sit down with a journal and write down. I want you to take notes on this. So write down right now, pause the video, 10 things, right, that matter to you most. Then narrow that list down to the top 5 core values. So this could be, spending time with my kids. It could be going to the gym. It could be prioritizing business and fitness. It could be a list of things, right? So once you line these 10 things down, I want you to look at them, because what that's going to narrow it down to is what your core values are as a man. All right. So once you understand these core values, you can start making decisions from these core values, okay? To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. So being yourself, being your true authentic self, so abiding by them core values that matter to you most. All right, that is step one in terms of finding out your true authentic self. So the lesson number two is question your beliefs and your worldview. Once you understand where your beliefs come from, you understand you have been programmed from a very young age. Subconsciously, you believe certain patterns about life. Once you understand once you understand what you want from yourself, you can align yourself with the exact outcome you want from your life. I have always been fascinated by men who live their life on their own terms and follow their mission and dreams. So, how many of the people do you know who act like life is happening to them, like the boss is, telling them what to do? They're not happy with where they're at with the finances. It's like you're around people who are constantly, led to believe that they are in control of your life. And you'll find that, and even myself included, I've had to do a lot of deprogramming, and it comes from school, your parents, and other, outside influences as well. I genuinely believe, right, at one point in my life when I was, I'm not proud to say it, but I was so broke that I didn't think there was any money in the world. And a guy called Charlie Morgan, a very, wealthy guy on YouTube, he said, and he put in perspective, like he wanted to have a goal of having a net worth of 10 million. And he was sat near a hotel and he looked up at the hotel and went, this complex alone in this small town in Switzerland or Sweden is worth well over 10 million. And this is a small, tiny fragment on the piece of the earth, all right, in a small town in Europe. You zoom out, look around you, there's millions of pounds everywhere. So that 10 million that he wanted to be is a small, minute comparison to how much wealth and abundance is in the world. So you have to understand the programming that you have in your brain has come from somewhere. And it's about deprogramming your beliefs and where they've come from. Okay, so lesson two, the action steps, is what are my beliefs about success? Does success to you, what is that defined to you? And then what have you been told about success? Like, where are the thoughts and beliefs coming from? Now, I believe that there wasn't at one point a lot of money in the world. I thought it was scarce. When you look at the population, why the majority of people are broke, poor, and have no money, and there's like top 2, 3, 4% of the world have all the money, all right? There's a reason for it, okay? So you have to understand this inside your brain, like why are these people so at the bottom end and these guys at the top end? They know something that we don't, all right? They know something that I don't. What do they know that the majority of these people don't? So start writing it down about what your mindset is around success and money. Okay. Then once you write that down, for each belief, ask, is that really me or was this taught to me? And what this principle of this lesson is, start questioning everything you've ever been taught. Start being more aware of where this information is coming from. My grandma, bless her soul, would always listen to, BBC News, for the little box in the screen telling my grandma and my family how life should be, what to do, what not to do. When people become programmed, the majority of you probably don't watch news, and I don't either, but you become programmed from the information time and time again drilled into you. All right, so start questioning your beliefs and where they came from. Okay, this one now, from a young teen all the way up to last year, I was drinking heavily on weekends with sporadic periods of not drinking, but it is heavily ingrained in our culture that to have a good time you have to drink. Now, I've been sober 11 months and I have a few lessons that I want to share with you, all right? So in December of 2023, I had my last drink. I realized I could go no longer and continue trying to walk two paths at the same time. The first path was me trying to level up in every single area, from business, fitness, finances, relationships, spiritually. And the other side of me trying to party, trying to be that guy who could go out and drink and always feel like shit in the morning every single time without a question of a doubt. I woke up on the couch and felt awful. I said this was the last time I felt my soul had been poisoned and I couldn't function. No question, alcohol takes the edge off and you can help. It helps to loosen up. Yeah, so it does help, allow you to be a bit more extroverted, and it can loosen up, conversations. But we know the cost of a hangover is usually not worth the price. All right. What being sober is allowing me to focus on my work, my deep internal work, while everyone else takes their foot off the gas. Nowhere on my mission statement or my vision does it say I want to feel hungover or anxious. I want to feel clear, strong, and focused every day. And that is the power of sobriety. It forces you to look at yourself in the mirror. You have to face your problems head on instead of distracting yourself. So, like most people, I go to work from Monday to Friday, right? I'd be working for someone else's company, and I'd be so sick of it. Like when it got to Friday, I think, oh man, like how can I just de-stress? How can I let myself loose a little bit? But engaging in that behaviour, what happens is you're just distracting yourself all weekend, and then coming to Sunday, you feel even more worse. You've got less money, you feel more shit about yourself, you're full of anxiety, and it's just a lose-lose situation for most people. All right, so people who heavy drink, how much money you can save through going sober, how much pain and fucking, hangovers you can save yourself, and how much time you can save yourself by going sober. All right. And I mean that hand on heart. All right. So addictive substances and habits cloud your mind, making it harder to connect with your authentic self. They create artificial highs and lows, all right, false confidence, and they pull you away from your inner peace, creating a false identity based on escapism. Clarity, when you commit to sobriety, you no longer are numbing your feelings or running away from your reality. This allows you to see things clearly, your emotions, your desires, and your challenges. A man must look deep within himself before he can hope to move forward and find peace. All right. So we all have to do that one moment in time where we've got to look at ourselves in the mirror and say, listen, this is enough. I'm fucking sick of it. I want to do more for myself. And alcohol is a tool to help distract you and not get, incredibly real with where you try to go in life. Now, I know some people can go drink sporadically and chill out, but I'm talking about them guys who go out and get absolutely smashed to try and escape the problems. Yeah. Boom. So I realize we are looking for some form of connection. We are looking to connect with something or someone. The goal is to look at how we connect with something meaningful, inspiring, without destroying ourselves, but empowering ourselves to the next level. And that is what sobriety will do for you. People are going to call you boring. The friends that you had who go out and drink all the time probably aren't going to ring or text you no more. And you'll find that it is a lonely road, and it does get a little bit boring at the time. But the most fulfilling thing is when you wake up on Sunday and you are fresh and you are ready to go, your gym session's already booked in. You've already done half an hour of reading. You remove the bad habit from your life. You can then fill your paradigm, your energy, your life with more inspiring, fulfilling things. Okay? Look at the people outside fucking nightclubs. They're all queuing up. For what? Like, what are you all queuing up for? Like, you see these guys queuing up, waiting and try and grab some, I get it, but there's a more fulfilling life at the end of it, all right? A man must look deep within himself before he can hope to move forward and find peace. Okay, boom. So the action steps is write down 3 specific goals you want to achieve through sobriety. Now, what I wanted to achieve, the whole reason I did it was I wanted to be able to go sober so I could get, my physique were okay, but I wanted to get a better physique. My time on Sunday wasn't best spent. I wanted to make sure I filled it with a more fulfilling activity. All right, so write down specific goals that you want to achieve through sobriety. This is already going to set you up so you aren't feeling bored on weekends. You aren't feeling like shit. Now break each goal down to actionable steps. So, for example, work out 3 times a week. Read a book on personal growth. Reconnect with an old friend. Review these goals weekly and adjust as needed and based on your progress. So understand it like once we remove a bad habit, all right, and it's gone from our life, we then replace it with another better habit so it has you feeling better week upon week. Think about this. You stack them wins every single week. You stick to your word. You don't feel shit on a Sunday. You don't feel terrible on Saturday, and you don't make no stupid decisions. You keep stacking these wins. This is how you're going to become successful, boys. Lesson 4, develop self-acceptance and self-compassion. Shame and guilt are the lowest forms of emotional states, and many of us choose to sit in these emotions and beat ourselves up about the past. You have to let it go and have the ability to learn and grow from the past. Being in the present is the only thing that you can control. The past is the past. So it's about accepting yourself as you are without judgment. It is essential to be authentic. There's no one on the planet that hasn't made mistakes, and you are no different, so get over it and move on. Do you know how many times I would beat myself up over making stupid mistakes and sit into that negative problem instead of just going straight to the solution? And that's most people's fucking problems. You sit in the problem so much that you don't even focus on the solution. We at Relentless are focused on solutions. The problem is the problem. It is what it is, whether it's in the past or whether it's bothering us now, but we focus on the solution and we get to the solution. Because if we don't, all that's going to happen is you're going to procrastinate and waste time focusing on the past. You cannot change it. You must accept it. Forgive yourself for all the mistakes, boys, because everyone's made mistakes. You must forgive yourself, allow it to sit with it, then leave it alone. The more you keep replaying it over and over, the more it's not going to serve you, yeah? You have made the mistake for you then to learn from it. If you keep making the same mistake over and over, then it's you that needs to learn. It's you that needs to fucking sit there with yourself and ask yourself why it keeps happening, all right? We are creators of our own reality. We produce our own reality. Believe it or not, everything is your fault. Whether you want to admit it or not, everything is your fault. Adopt that mindset, because once you adopt that mindset, shame and guilt can no longer get to you and hold you in a place of feeling like shit about yourself, yeah? Okay, come on, boys. He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior. He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior. Self-mastery is key. This is what we teach. We teach self-mastery. I'm not saying I've mastered myself yet, but one of my main goals is mastering my emotions, my thoughts, my feelings, and being able to align my outcome, my intention with my outcome, my dream outcome. Okay, boom. So lesson 5 is identify your passions and your purpose. Our passions and purpose are clues to your authentic self. What lights you up and gives you energy is often connected to who you truly are. Many men follow a career path or lifestyle that seems right by societal standards, but doesn't truly resonate with them. Your purpose doesn't have to be grand. It's about aligning what makes you feel alive. And I love this quote by Alan Cohen. You are always your own best authority when it comes to finding your own truth. So the action steps, the last but not least ones, right, is write down a list of activities, hobbies, or topics that you are genuinely passionate about, no matter how small or insignificant they seem, and try dedicating time to these passions each week. Make time and block it out. All right. Notice how your energy shifts when you engage in these activities, and think about how they can play a bigger role in your life. I was talking to a guy in the gym today. If you are still watching this video, smash the like button. I love you for being here. Seriously. I was in the gym today with a guy, and I looked at him, and I've spoke to this guy a few times, and today he seemed off, and I'm like, what's going on, man? Like, you just seem drained. He's like, yeah, I'm doing a uni degree. And he was going on about all the reasons why he needs to be doing it. He needs to be doing it. I said, listen, right, if you had all the money, if I give you all the money, if I give you £1 billion in your bank account right now, would you be doing this degree? Is this what you would do with your life? He went, probably not. I said, so what would you actually be doing? He goes, well, I'd be creating, content. I'd become a great speaker. I'd be, building a great service. I said, this degree that you're studying for doesn't cover any of the things that you say you want to do. So that's why you feel like the way you feel, is because you haven't identified, right? You might think it's right doing a degree for the sake of doing this degree, but you haven't identified what is meaningful to you. So this is why I want you to write down what is meaningful to you. What do you want to be, guys? What the fuck do you want to be with yourself? What can you imagine your 10.0 self being? Is it a better speaker? Is it a better content creator? Is it having a fucking amazing physique, looking ripped, having, the best physique you can have, abs popping? You know what I mean? I always wanted a better chest. I always wanted to have a chest, and never could seem to have a chest. I went on a photo shoot and I got a chest. I just fucking worked for it relentlessly. All right? So understand this, please, right? You are your own best authority when it comes to finding your own path. Last but not least, and I've been excited to do this, right? So join Relentless. If you're still watching to end this video, it means there's something special about you. All right? It's for men committed to becoming better in every area of life. Relentless is for men committed to mastering fitness, habits, and personal growth. Stop relying on motivation. Learn how to build systems that drive lasting change. We'll help you stack habits to get in the best shape of your life, develop an unbreakable mindset, and become the man who shows up every single day. If you want to know about more what we do at Relentless, then all you have to do is comment down below. All right, I'll literally go on the link, the type form, and fill out your details, and I will get back to you in due time. All right, I'd love to have you a part of it, because at Relentless, what we do is we show guys how to have a lasting change, become unstoppable in your pursuit and becoming a better man, aligning the habits and intentions with the outcome that you want, getting clear on your vision, getting clear on what it is that you want to achieve out of your life, and fucking being relentless, pursuing that vision, that dream. All right, listen, I believe in you. You need to believe in you before it can happen. All right. Ooh, I fucking enjoyed that. Let's go, baby. Come on.